But the thing is, it's Citizen, which means that unlike, like, you will actually be able to tell naturally as to what button does what, rather than a G-Shock, whereby even after owning one for years, I still can't remember what sequence of buttons I need to push to unset the alarm, which is why it still goes off at 3 o'clock every morning, and I now keep it in a drawer.
It's a challenge for all of us.
Okay, let's get on with our full show. So here we go. This week's there was a few contenders for the watch. I'm not quite sure what the appropriate word would be. The watch marketing event of the week. This week it goes to IWC. This is who a round of applause I'll go to for this little number. This was IWC trying to jump on the back of the Oasis concert being held in London. They decided that was a good idea. And they came up with this little ditty in order to try. IWC seems to be quite good at this, at kind of assuming marketing just because somebody wears their watch. And I'm not even sure that anyone from Oasis has ever worn a watch, but this was the sign which then led to the reveal of IWC behind the wall. I wonder the extent to which anyone who was going to the Oasis gig was even vaguely interested in what was going on.
You have to remember that it's a fundamental, essential goal to create something, some sort of a statement that is extremely vague and very, very natural in its nature, or very, very tame. It has to be tame. So, and it doesn't get any tamer than that. What's behind this wall? If you recall, what was that? You literally cannot get any tamer than that. If the whole thing was covered in wallpaper, maybe that's like beige wallpaper. I mean, it looks dramatic. It catches your attention. They don't need to overstate it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I
Is
guess
the
fair.
answer what's behind this wall? Is the answer an advertisement in German?
An advertisement in German for IWC, yes, that's
Is
the
that
answer.
Because the British love German. It's another natural resonance. If they see Fortune technique, then they are like, that's me right there.
Particularly that part of London, famous for loving the Germans.
Und Technique, they just love it.
Anyway,
Why couldn't they have written an English slogan?
Exactly.
Like form and technique.
Does Oasis ever sing in German? I just don't get it.
That would break the internet. That would be there. That's what we want. Surely AI must be able to get Oasis to sing in German.
Did they mix up parts of the ad? Was there one for a concert in Germany? They're like,
they just shipped it over. Says maybe this is them trying to encourage Oasis to play in Germany, which I don't think they're going to do. But anyway,
I just like how half the ad's in English, the other half is not.
And the watch's name is in French.
And it says Swiss made on it.
It's so international.
Like the watch company.
Right. Anyway, so this week's starter, round of applause goes to IWC. Congratulations, IWC. Congratulations. There we go. Right. Okay, we can stop
Annoying
sharing
people in
that.
3 languages.
Since how long have IWC been around? 18 something. IWC in 18.
It's not that old.
Not that old.
1868.
They're all from the 18th century.
It's
Don't you
old.
know that?
It is actually that old. Oh, there we go. Grand. Anyway, welcome to the show. Ariel, you're returning from your travels, which means it's a blog to watch, watches. Did you view anything particularly on the plane, film-wise?
Oh my God, it was like a week ago and I don't even remember it. Was I in a plane?
Nothing. Was I in a plane? Who am I? Where am I?
I so know that feeling. I know that very well.
I did watch something. Was there watches in it? I don't know. It's not that often. You're the one that gets all those good films with the watch spotting in it.
and I never go anywhere, so I can never play the game.
Oh, you know what I saw?
Uh-huh.
The Last Showgirl. Very well done. Not a lot of watches.
The Last Showgirl. That sounds like there wouldn't be a lot of much being worn with a title like that.
It takes place in Vegas, so you never know.
Okay. Yeah, in Vegas.
Is it like The Last Shogun?
Very similar. Less swords.
Great film mashups.
It's Pamela Anderson, and she plays a 50-something showgirl in a show that goes. I don't know. Maybe she won an award for. She must have won something for it. She was very good. Anyways, that's the one I saw. She was not wearing an IWC.
So we're looking at Pam Anderson, star of the soon-to-be-released reboot of Naked Gun. Have we seen the trailers for it? It's very good.
Is she in that one too?
She's the love interest in Naked Gun with Liam Neeson.
Oh, really?
There's an absolutely amazing trailer for it where the concept is that they're all the kids of the previous stars of the previous films. And so you look on the wall and it shows you the previous guy, and Liam Neeson says, "Oh, Dad, I missed you," type thing. And it gradually goes around all the previous actors within the show until it gets to O.J. Simpson, who was obviously very famous. And then you can go and watch the trailer for what happens next, but it's very, very funny. Anyway,
I love it that Rick gets excited about a movie trailer. I think
it's the only. I
just wonder, did he get cast because his name sounds suspiciously like Leslie Nielsen?
Possibly.
I'm not saying he's bad. I didn't see it. I think he's fine, but I just didn't understand the casting, and I thought, his name does sound confusingly similar. Is it just that?
I never actually noticed that, but you're almost certainly true.
Right?
David, I would like to do a show where we just review, we're going to do a hit miss maybe around next week, where we just review movie trailers, because it's the only things of the movies I get to see, because I never get a chance to go to the cinema. So I
you
judge
don't fly
everything.
enough. That's your problem.
I don't fly enough. Nobody invites me to anything.
That's why you always ask us. You're missing out. I didn't realize that.
I'm trying to live vicariously through your jet set. That's what I'm looking for. Your jet set lifestyles, jet lag lifestyles. But
our jet lag lifestyle. That basically sums it up.
Yeah. Anyway, right. So you saw nothing of any interest in.
Interest, yes. Watches, not so much.
All right. Okay, so tell us what you did. Anything you did see? You were at Glashütte?
Yeah, so we visited Glashütte Original. I liked going to the factory of Meissen, which I didn't realize has been in continuous operation since 1710. So all those 19th century watch brands seem very young by comparison. David's got his mug there. And
David has
I think it's interesting that
gallon mug of tea.
In 1910, they celebrated their 200th anniversary, right?
Okay.
So seeing a 300-year-old plus company was pretty amazing. The brand has done some dials with them. I don't know. We're not supposed to say it. We're not telling what the watches are, but they're doing stuff with Meissen again. And I think that the story that's funny is they had this break for, I don't know, maybe what was it, 10 years, David? Something like that. And they wanted to work together, but they had a falling out. So there was background Saxony heritage brand drama. I really want there to be a soap opera about that.
I want to see the movie trailer. Judge the movie.
Yeah. When Glashütte met Meissen, but impressive. I always love German watches. I can't help but think that there's an opportunity for German, English, and Italian watches now that there's this whole big, I don't know how long it lasts, Swiss tariff that's more than double the other ones. Is this not an opportunity here, or am I crazy?
Well, we'll get onto this. This is Watch Pro's little coverage. Trump tariff in Switzerland jacked to 39%, increasing from 31%. So, obviously, it's a tariff also on Swiss parts. So, if you're Fears or Christopher Ward, where you've spent all this time, maybe this is Brement's master plan. Maybe this was it. They'd finally found a way of actually having a watch with the British movement, an advantage. All the others are talking about how Swiss they are. Bremen can just go and get a Myota mover from somewhere.
Yeah, but hold on. If an English brand buys Swiss parts and then that English watch goes to America, it's they're tracking the origin of those parts too?
Yeah, that's the way international customs work. You have to declare the origin of each of it.
Oh, God, we're turning to the EU.
So much so, you wish. So much so, free healthcare, all the rest of it.
You're turning into the EU without any of the benefits so far.
Exactly.
That's good morning. That's fantastic. Oh,
that's the line.
I cannot wait to the US exit from your own selves, basically.
Existential crisis in the United States.
Exit.
So to the extent that the steel is being traced back, as I understand it, to where it actually is smelted. So if the steel is smelted in China and then brought across the UK, where it's then stamped out of the ingot, then they're tracking it back to the Chinese tariff.
But what if it was the Ice Age somewhere from the northern countries of Europe that took the ore to China or wherever,
So the issue will be, what I'll be interested to know is this going to mean that anyone can trace the Swissness of any watch? Because now it's in the interest of the brands to make their watch just Swiss enough to pass the Swiss test, but as un-Swiss as possible when it comes to being registered as point of origins on the import documentation into the States. They now want all watches to be British because our tariffs, I think, will be set at 10%, EU's 15%, Switzerland's 39%.
Maybe Switzerland will enter the EU. Maybe this is their call. Wow.
This is their call. EU and NATO, here they come.
You know what's even more likely? I can see the Swiss doing this so quickly.
More likely is Donald Trump changing his mind in 40 hours?
No, it's just pulling a Tudor and just leaving the country for a number of years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only so that they can have a celebrated return. Like, I can actually see them saying, we're just not going to do business here. Like if American people want to travel and buy it, great.
Yep.
But can you not see a certain number of brands just being like, no, thanks?
Yeah. I think that's an absolutely...
Because they also assume this can't last forever. I don't think anyone else in the Republican Party enjoys these tariffs. I just imagine when he's out of office, this stuff is going to be rolled back like relatively quickly. Like I just can't, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just don't know anybody that actually wants this. Who's like, yes, more tariffs on luxury goods. Like I don't see this solving any issues.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I think, it is raising a shed load of money, but then it's also costing somebody else a lot of money.
It's not raising money. It's just
it's raising money for the government to spend, but it's taking more money out of the people's pockets. So the government idiots think they're doing great when everybody else is now getting poorer and they haven't noticed. And there's a kind of lag effect in that, which will probably outlast Trump's term in office, of course, until he comes back for his third term, having completely ripped up the US inevitable third term of the United States. What would it wouldn't be the United States; it'd be the Union, be the American Union now that joins the EU. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. But it'd be lovely to think that Rolex would just go, you know what, guys, we've got so much money, we're just not going to bother importing any to the States until you sort yourselves out. I mean, if you look at the numbers, it's all to do with balance of trade deficit. America has 300 million people or 350 million people. Switzerland has like 9. How are 9 million people, even if they're Swiss and they're all millionaires, supposed to spend the same amount on American goods as Americans spend on luxury watches, gold bullion and chocolate? It's just crazy. But yeah, there's some weirdo maths going on.
They can buy some cheddar or some American cheese.
Maybe what's
not
his
actual
chops?
cheese.
Not actually.
Yeah. It's plastic. It's an industrial product, basically.
So what we need is Swatch Group to do a collab with Jean-Claude Biver to produce plastic cheese watches. Maybe Moser should have a wee bit of skin in that game as well. They've got the
You're
experience.
on a roll this morning, Rick. I can tell you that.
Got some Monday. It's that Monday feeling. They've got some experience. Swatch Group, Moser, Jean-Claude Biver, cheese, plastic, watch case, collab to sort out the balance trade deficit with the United States. Is there anything the Swiss would want to buy from the United States? You've already outlined, David, that it's the least American country in the world. Vaguely, that like speak English from time to time. They don't want their cars. They don't want their guns.
They do want their guns. The Swiss own a huge amount of guns. Yeah,
yeah,
per
but I thought
capita, one of the highest in the world.
But they don't mainly buy guns made in Austria and Germany.
Yeah, but they could switch to America. I mean, the Americans make really, really good guns. Yeah,
the Americans do make a good gun. I wouldn't know. Knives. But then the Swiss make Swiss Army knives. So,
American
Army
Army knives.
Bullets
Imagine
or something like that, and then resell those bullets at a profit, like the Swiss like to do to other people in
to some warlord in
Europe.
Africa. Yeah,
or wherever.
Anyway, right. So, any chat in Germany about the tariffs? Are they sitting there laughing at the Swiss, or is it a general conversation?
That news came out, I think, after we left, actually.
Right. Okay.
I think, look, I've always had a soft spot for German watches. I think they're good value. I like their focus on utility. They just always seem to have a functional story behind them, where the Swiss have to make that up after the thought. They make a watch like, oh, guys, we have to come up with some reason why we made this. Does anybody have any ideas? Where the Germans are like, you made a watch without a reason? Even if some of the German watches are dumb, at least they have a reason, right? There's always some thought. And the Swiss are like, oh, we thought someone might like it.
If the German watches are dumb.
There's some dumb German watches, but there's a plan behind
it.
A dumb plan.
They're likable. Yeah, it's not just random.
I think Glashütte Original has some excellent values coming out of Glashütte. There's, I don't know, maybe a dozen brands or even less than that, depending on what you call a brand coming out of there. It's an incredible region, and we love watches that come from regions. So, I think David and I walked away, as always, impressed. They're part of the Swatch group, but they're kind of lucky because they're a little bit distant. They're like an annex of the Swatch group. Technically part of it, but a little bit of autonomy there. So I think they get to handle more things. We always try to get information like, what's going on with the group? Do you guys have a boss? Things that they don't always have answers to. But I was impressed. And, even while the Swatch group undergoes wandering, they also seem to be building up industrial base, focusing things on that. For example, Glashütte Original has been making their own dials for a long time, but they recently moved the factory from Pforzheim to Glashütte. It's really just down the street. You can stare at it from the factory. And it's an interesting question. Why? They already make their own dials. They already have a dial maker in Germany. Why actually go to the trouble of moving it closer by? And it's so that the manufacturer that makes the movements in the dial factory can have more synergy. They can compare stuff. They don't have to ship stuff back and forth. It decreases the time it takes to make new things, to solve problems. And the Swatch group is really good at these types of industrial synergies and harmonies. And that leads to making good products that are lower cost to make, but also have more original parts. And you'd think that they would sort of suffer from the group think where they're like, let's just share the same parts across the board. No, they continue to do their own thing. So I think from an industrial and product perspective, it's hard not to be impressed on a regular basis by what everyone in the Swatch group does, and in different ways and for different reasons.
And do you know, because I've often wondered this about Glashütte, if I was to set up a watch brand, can I just go and set up a watch brand in Glashütte and immerse myself in the whole kind of, this watch is from Glashütte, or do they prevent other people coming in to be, is there 13 watch brands in Glashütte? Is there room for a 14th?
Roughly a dozen,
yeah, something like that.
I don't know. I just noticed there was a new independent watchmaker from Glashütte, and I think they probably have it officially in their name. There's some requirement for it. I think you need someone's permission to start saying you make watches in Glashütte, but I don't think it's technically closed. It's not exactly a big place, but theoretically there could be more.
There's going to be a committee, isn't there? There's going to be a committee
somewhere. I don't think they would mind. I think they would love to see it, thrive and have more variety. I think it would make it stronger. There's also obviously the matter of a shortage, of amply trained and experienced workers. So that's probably the bottleneck there that would ruffle some feathers there, because they are like, well, where are you taking all these people from if you want to set up a new brand?
And if we were to base ourselves in Glashütte, like if aBlogtoWatch was to relocate its head office to Glashütte, could we put Glashütte on all of our all of our stuff?
Oh yeah,
we could be.
Nobody wants to relocate to Glashütte, Rick. You'd be the only one. Even the people that work there are like, how far can I live from Glashütte?
Oh, is that right? Is it amazing? Is it? I've never been. Is it actually just not a very nice place, or
no? It's
it's as exciting as Ibiza. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Just like the Spanish islands.
Just like the Spanish islands. Right. Okay.
It has absolutely nothing to do with Ibiza, but maybe.
I was going to think that's why I've
nightclubs everywhere.
It's basically a claustrophic little valley with two streets, one pizza place, and then a museum and a bunch of little and larger manufacturers and stuff. So that's literally it. It's pretty. It's great. The nature is beautiful there. The air is great. The drive over there from Dresden is really, one of the best morning commutes you could ever ask for. So it has its benefits, but there's a reason why people choose to live in Dresden and
somewhere else. Fair enough. Right, let's have a look at a watch. Again, this is me living vicariously, having only seen the trailers, and I'll get no chance to see the film probably until it comes to Disney or whatever. The hands-on Fossil Times Marvel Limited Edition Fantastic Four Reed Tech watch for the First Steps movie. First up, our Fantastic Four fan, Ariel, David. Part of your childhood?
I didn't see the movie yet. I wrote this article, did not see the movie yet. I mean, what does being a Fantastic Four fan even mean these days? I'm not really
what
sure.
What does it look like? What makes you a Fantastic Four fan? I don't know. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this watch, though. This seems... I mean, how close is it to what's actually in the film? Do we know?
Very close.
Very close. So in the film, does it say Fossil? Is it a brand... Is there brand placement in it? Or does it not have the logo in the film? It looks very identical.
It looks like this is a costume watch. If you want to dress up as one of the Fantastic Four and feel like you need to have a functional prop on your wrist, this is the watch for that. That's really the selling point. If you're not into Fantastic Four cosplay, get a different limited edition watch.
It's a small market. Let's see on the Fossil website. So this is $295. So for a bit of Marvel cosplay, maybe $295 is okay when they run it.
It's Halloween. The cornerstone of your whole costume, maybe.
I've got the real thing.
Who are you going to be? That's the question, Rick. You going to be the thing? You're going to say it's clobbering time with a Scottish accent?
It's clobbering time.
That.
Yeah, it's clobbering time. Is that not what
Let's paint you orange a little bit, put the watch on, you're good.
No, this part of Scotland, if you paint people orange, that has all sorts of other connotations.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
The whole west coast of Scotland, orange, green. Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Should I ask?
I can't imagine. It's a football thing. It's a sectarian thing.
Football thing?
Yeah. We'll educate you on the wonders of the Old Firm and Rangers versus Celtic when you come to visit Scotland. In fact, that's what we should do, because we were talking about having an aBlogtoWatch convention.
Yes.
At some point in Scotland. Fall. We should time it to be the weekend of an Old Firm match, so as we can just go and sit. Well, not go to the game, because that would be crazy, but we could go and sit in the main street in Glasgow and just watch all the fun.
Why is going to the game crazy? I'm curious.
Well, because you'd have to choose a side, and your ability to make choices is already legendary. You'd have to choose between two teams.
I want everyone to have fun and burn some calories, huh?
But they might burn stuff.
There's no such sector in the stadium area.
There's the neutral
With that
zone.
mentality, you get beaten up first.
I get to be the referee,
the
right?
referee, yeah. Everybody. Well, no, because both sides think that the referee's on their side all the time. One thinks that they're a Freemason. That watch we reviewed some weeks ago, the Freemason one. One side thinks that the other side has the referee wearing those watches because he's on their team. It's
so not the Hublot digital ones.
Not the Hublot digital ones. Scottish football is the only market whereby was it a Jack Mason watch? What watch was it?
Jack Mason?
No, it wasn't Jack Mason. Who made the Freemasons watch?
Oh, Markwell.
Markwell, Jack Mason, just saying Jack Mason, Freemasons. Sorry, Jack Mason.
All that American stuff is the same.
It's all the same. Anyway,
Utah, Texas, whatever.
Just a country. You'll all be assumed into the European great states sooner rather than later. So Fossil Watch, we'll just welcome you back into the United Kingdom. You can have a king. You can have an actual king rather than a boy who would be king. Right, anyway, enough of that. Right, Fossil Watch. What do we think? Is it any good? Like for £295?
no.
How cheap is it in terms of like feel and touch?
Yeah,
and
It's
operation?
fine. It's not amazing. It's a prop watch that happens to tell the time. It's got 2 movements, a digital one, which is dark with no backlight. And we also have this, I guess, analog way with discs of telling time, which is more or less illegible, but it's got moving parts on it. And people like actual moving parts because those old props back in the day that didn't move at all, that's not what you want to wear on your wrist. So prop that actually tells the time. Maybe $300 is a bit much, but I think they're almost sold out or sold out. Fossil has a long history of doing stuff like this. That it's inexpensive, that it's Fossil, like that's okay for me.
Okay.
I am moderately impressed.
Moderately impressed.
Moderately.
That which is a hit
It's
in
great.
David's book.
I'm happy it exists. Let's move on.
Ace Jewelers of Amsterdam and German watchmaker Nomos are back with another exclusive set of 50 pieces to help celebrate the 50th anniversary of the popular and dynamic retailer of horology. This is not the duo's first successful collaboration, with these new exclusive products being their 8th and 9th limited edition watches respectively. This time, Ace Jewelers and Nomos focus on 2 sizes in the Metro Neomatic collection, each with a distinct palette of Dutch aristocratic orange colors. For centuries, orange has signified some of the core values of Holland, including personal freedom, tolerance, pride, and overall good cheer. 2 distinct multicolor orange dials were created by the renowned designer Mark Braun for these new limited edition Metro Neomatic 35mm and Metro Neomatic 39mm models. Both of the watches contain Nomos' celebrated in-house made automatic caliber DUW 3001 mechanical movement, which are visible through the rear of the steel Metro Neomatic cases. Stylish and full of value, these are fine timepieces with a fun regional flair that can appeal to enthusiasts everywhere. With included free worldwide shipping, price for the Ace Jewelers and Nomos Metro Neomatic 50th anniversary limited edition watches start at €2,810, excluding taxes. Learn more at acejewelers.com.
Okay, let's move on. Some homework from last week. We had I've been trying to make a pun of this, and it's not really a pun, because in Scotland it'd be what you like, so what you like. So what watch is like something else. So last week it was B-list celebrities. We all had a choice each because Ariel wasn't here and so couldn't not make a choice. So we chose for him. So the homework for last week was, having done famous Hungarians, micro American brands, was B-list celebrities and what watches are they like. So first up was Tim Robbins. How familiar are you both with Tim Robbins?
That's the only one I know.
The only one you know. So my research was, I happen to have this fact. I don't know whether it's a commonly known thing or whether I just think no one's ever noticed this, but what is the biggest film that Tim Robbins was in?
Jacob's Ladder.
Biggest film franchise that Tim Robbins actually played quite a significant part in, but everybody forgets he was in this movie.
Franchise?
Yep. Franchise movie.
Franchise movie.
There's only been 2 of them. One was out recently. One was out about 20 odd years ago, and Tim Robbins plays a major part in them. But most people forget he was in this film, and I think we could tie that into watches. If I show you
Wasn't
this,
one of the Mission Impossibles, was it?
Close. If I show you this picture, Tim Robbins was in Top Gun.
I was very close.
Tim Robbins took over from Goose when Goose died. So he was in the back of the plane for the final scene, and then that's him being celebrated coming off the aircraft carrier. Now, I don't know how because I think Tim Robbins is about 6'6". I don't know how he's supposed to fit in a fighter jet, because a fighter pilot's not normally supposed to be reasonable. I don't think
Hollywood magic.
Hollywood magic. So there you go. Tim Robbins, small
Tom
role in
Cruise
Top Gun.
is definitely pilot sized.
Yeah,
whenever this happens, I hear Quentin Tarantino scream in my ear saying, "It's the movie, Jan." Whenever I feel like something is like vaguely, roughly impossible, it's the movie.
But why would you even cast him in it? It's just a weird casting. Anyway,
his manager was on it.
Was probably Tom Cruise's manager. So it got me thinking, which watch brand is famous? Because Tim Robbins is famous, but we always forget about, or which model, or maybe in the Swatch group, what brand have they got that they completely they forget that they've got? Like, so I suppose you could say Omega. So that was my pitch on what watch brand would be like Tim Robbins, maybe Certina or something, just a brand that everybody forgets about. And when you see it, you go, oh, actually, that's quite good. So, Ariel, David, thoughts on the Tim Robbins watch you like?
I'm still trying to wrap my mind around the abstraction which is required to
the concept.
compare a watch brand to a celebrity. Oddly, I think Tim Robbins was actually at my house before I moved here. Okay. But I'm pretty sure he's been to my house.
That's why we do these Section 6.
How do you know that? Were you stalking him or what? Is that how you chose the house?
I will explain later, and you'll be like, oh, okay.
Okay, explain later, right? Okay, I'm interested in that. So, brand or watch model most that you would associate with Tim Robbins? I mean, the whole point of this is we get so many YouTube videos that are, this car is like this watch, this really famous thing is like this watch. This is what about the not so famous thing is not like a Rolex?
He can be serious, he can be funny. We need a watch brand that has a funny side to it. It has to, maybe Moser or something like that.
I was going to say Ulysses Nardon, but not today's Ulysses Nardon.
No.
Back when they made the old marine chronometer for Russia, that Ulysses Nardon.
Ulysses Nardon,
that's a good one. That's also a good one. But I do like Moser a little bit better.
Also, Blanc Pawn once in a while. It's very easy to forget that they didn't do anything. And you're like, oh yeah, they got some good stuff.
Maybe Breguet. Breguet?
No, not even close.
No.
No, I feel like Breguet would have to have some type of an accent.
Right, okay.
White bread can have no accent.
And also, Breguet is one of the all-time greats. As much as I appreciate, Tim Robbins, a
little bit.
Shawshank Redemption, come on.
Yeah. But
I can't remember the name of the film, which makes this really useful commentary. But there is a and it's not, you have to scour the internet for it. But Tim Robbins was in an American, comedy president film that's so reminiscent of everything that's been going on for the last 12 years. You need to hunt it down. I think you can find it on Vimeo. I think is the only place that it exists.
You can't Google that and get a name?
Well, probably. Somebody else can do it. Somebody Google in the chat.
Tim Robbins. Idiocracy?
It was something.
We are living in idiocracy.
Tim Robbins plays the president, and that doesn't come up with a name.
It's an aspiring president. I think it's very, very good. So go check that out.
Aspiring president.
So Tim Robbins. Next up, we had Kit Harington. Ripley's not here. Ariel, do you know who Kit Harington is?
Sounds familiar. I'm going to have to Google this. It sounds like a model.
Kit Harington was Jon Snow in, what was that series called?
That was his name?
Yeah. What's the series called?
Yeah, he was not always called Jon Snow.
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. So that's Kit Harington, and he had a short-lived Marvel career.
Who did he play?
Tudor. I think he's Tudor.
You think yeah, his brother who died early on became a more famous actor than he did. It's also Scottish, that's why. You think
so? He's like the Joaquin Phoenix of the Harringtons.
yeah. Not his actual brother, his TV bro, who died in. I don't know. I never really watched Game of Thrones. Did he not die?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I find it impressive how we can always maneuver around talking about watches on this podcast this morning. So we have spent an extremely small fraction of it, of the last 35 minutes, dedicated to watches. But that's okay.
That's where the future is. The future is not, well, the watch industry is about to stop selling to America. Our biggest market is America, so we're going to have to talk about something else because they're not going to be able to buy Swiss watches. Oh, this is a good one. Pacific
Are you
in the
saying
chat.
he's Hamilton? Is that who he is? Is he Hamilton?
Keith Hamilton.
Pacific Turtle in the chat is suggesting Jackie Drew.
That's a low blow.
I'm not sure if that's as a watch brand that people forget. So is Tim Robbins or is more Kit Harington? Charming Bird, Kit Harington.
Jackie Joe's like a good actor. It's been like 3 films.
A good actor that's been.
I don't know.
It's good work. I mean, Jack and Rowe had its own couple of good seasons, and then that was it, basically.
Yeah.
Nobody's like, I wish I could see Kit Harington in a movie.
It's like, is Jackie Joe still working? Oh, yeah, they are. They're still auditioning.
Oh, well, maybe that's it. Maybe that's Kit Harington. He was uber famous for this, and then everything else he's tried to be in hasn't really worked. As far as I'm aware, I've certainly not come across it. James is suggesting Air Berlin in the chat. Remember, you can join the show.
Oh, good old horror blend.
So there we go. Kit Harington. Well, we'll give him Tudor. He's a nice looking chap. Let's give him Tudor.
Yeah, he is kind of like a well priced French brand that you just never think about.
Okay.
It's like the Peugeot of watches.
The Peugeot of watches. There we go. That's how to turn this show completely away from talking about watches is rather than comparing our B-list celebrities to our watches, we'll compare our B-list celebrities to cars and just miss out the watch transition altogether. Okay. Ripley came up with this person as this B-list celebrity, Britt Robertson.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Now,
no idea.
She is in one of these, is it FBI type things in the States? She's been in a couple of things.
I have not seen Tomorrowland the movie?
Tomorrowland the movie. But the fun thing is... Oh,
God, I remember they made that. I'm still embarrassed.
Yeah, let's just check the Wikipedia for her... she was in something recently in television. You know
Ripley did this just to annoy us.
Yeah, no, he did. The Rookie. She's in The Rookie. For 5 episodes.
I don't even know what that is. I may have not seen
Nathan Fillion and all that. Anyway, the fun story here is that if you go to our Wikipedia, I thought, right, okay, I know very little about this woman. Let's do a bit of research. That was all about. Let me see if I can find it. You go down here, early life, career, personal life. On May 25th, 2022, Robertson announced her engagement to British football player Paul Floyd. I mean, that's in their Wikipedia page. So Paul Floyd's got to be a reasonably big deal in British football, yeah? You think?
I know Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd? You think that Paul
Floyd... That's the only Floyd I know.
To make it... So, turns out that Paul Floyd, if I show you his Instagram account, which this links to...
Does he like watches?
He never really made it as a footballer, put it this way, because most of his things, he's smoking. Oh, he's got a gun. He'll be popular in America. But quite a lot of it are pictures of him smoking. I think
he has no life.
I think that's basically that's the highlight of his football career. So I'm not sure it really should making the IMDb page of who she is. So we're really looking for the watch with the most tenuous link to Switzerland, I think, because this is an incredibly tenuous link to British football success. So which watch brand claims to be Swiss, but is actually
what's
the
like
least Swiss?
Less well composed than Philip Plein. What would love to be Philip Plein?
People love to be Philip Plein.
Yeah, that's the brand of thinking.
Oh, who else makes knockoff? So the knockoff of the knockoff is what you're meaning.
I mean, he does look like a knockoff of a Panerai.
Of a Panerai. All things just come down to Panerai in the end. It's just true. It's like
oh, that's true.
It's like Turtles. It's Panerai all the way down. Just Panerai all the way down.
All the way.
All the way. That's good. I like that. Okie dokie. Right. Let's just for David's sake look at another watch because he's he's getting bored. I can tell. Let's have a look at this Titoni Seascoper chronograph. Tell us about Titoni, somebody, because I know very little about them. And is this any good?
You saw more of these than I did.
Oh, you're implying I've seen this watch?
Not this, but more Titoni than I have.
Tit on eye, great.
It's a strong name. I mean, I wish we had these in Europe. I'm just not under the impression that I've ever seen any of these on the old continent.
I think that it's well, yeah, sure. I think what's important is to ask yourself when you need to dress up your dive watch with a chronograph. That's real. There's a whole genre here.
Chronographs. I know,
those. But we also recognize they make no sense. And this is like the original mashup watch. Before there was AI, there was, hey, let's put a racing chronograph in a dive watch for no good reason other than it kind of looks cool. Nice and thick. I just, David, how sometimes you like say like some date 15 or 20 years ago, like called, like this really feels like something like that. This is a watch that's
2005.
Just like, oh yeah, I was gonna say 2006. We're spot on here.
Oh, $3,000. Wow.
But with 2025 prices.
That's right.
Actually, it would have been the same in 2005.
It's handsome enough. It really is.
Nice looking watch.
When you're scoping out the sea and you want to time the moment, but you don't have too much time, just 30 minutes or less.
And you're feeling like a bit of a tit, then this is doing it.
Tit on eye.
Yeah. You got to think that Seiko should be doing something with sports or IFL probably more appropriately.
It does have two round sections in the middle of it. There's so much that he could do. Actually, That's what I want to see. I want to see the adult version of this.
The after dark version of Tony.
You know what the joke could be for the teaser? Have the watch with a bra on it, right? Full reveal coming soon.
IWC at the corner.
Titoni revealed very soon.
So, like IWC above some sort of lingerie shop advert. So,
and then they could say engineered for women.
What famous luxury lingerie shops have got billboards above them that can be taken?
You can put a billboard just about anywhere. You know that.
Yeah, that's true. The lugs don't match the bracelet, apparently. I
understand the joke.
Yeah. There we go. Anyway. Right, cool.
How can people be so sharp so early on a Monday morning? I have no idea.
He's a day trader. He's been up since 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Right.
Isn't it no longer going to be day trading, but 24 hours a day trading now?
It's all that we'll. Do not mention lugs and jugs. That was a moment I wish to forget. Anyway, that's
lugs and jugs. That sounds classless.
It's a story from a long time ago, never to be told again. But go down in infamy.
Okay.
Right, hands on Zenith Revolution Chronomaster Revival Cover Girl Carbon. We can't get away from it this morning. The A3818 Cover Girl. Apart from this being an absolutely atrocious name for a watch, what do we make of it? Carbon watches. I feel the moment has passed somewhat.
Is easily one of the most hideous looking watches I've seen in a great number of years. It boggles the mind. That strap that looks like it melted and was then
reformed.
It's so awful. The whole thing. If it has happened over the years that I had like straps laying around and I had a watch and I put on something like that.
Lego bricks.
And I felt
melted across some Lego bricks
of myself. I was like, how can I pair? How was this even a good idea to put this ugly strap on this ugly watch head? And I would remove it immediately. I would never ever have put it out on sale. Like this is bar none. So far, the ugliest watch of the year, easily. And I dare not imagine anything that would take the throne from it before December 31st.
But the actual bracelet only costs double the price, David.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Well, The watch costs like 12 or 13,000, and then it's on the bracelet over 20,000. It's literally double the price.
Is it a carbon bracelet?
Yeah, they just decided to make 10 of them for an insane amount of money, which is hilarious because Luminox sent me a watch with a carbon bracelet, and it didn't cost that much.
Really? Probably not even close, huh? Interesting. Open some of these. Oh, look at this.
Look, it's a vintage style Zenith made in carbon. It's very lightweight. It's an interesting concept. It very much is what it is. You know, for the lightweight element is cool. You know, it came with 2 straps and the optional bracelet. Not a lot of people like the look of this. I wasn't horrified by it, but I recognized it was not going to have. It was going to be polarizing. It's neat for what it is. It's definitely a niche model. You know, Waco, who I guess decided on this model, he wrote passionately about his love for carbon and passionately about his love for vintage Zenith. And
we should have clapped him with that this morning. Let's be fair.
I had no idea it was a collab then, but I maintain my approach. It's really quite bad.
It does look like the strap. I mean, it's the casting. The actual strap.
It's like an embossed leather. That's what it is. It's like embossed leather. I just find it funny that they decided to make it look like the ladder bracelet, which I don't know. I've never liked when a strap replicates the look of a bracelet. That always looks dumb to me. I tried to shoot it as nicely as I could. How would you have shot this, David?
I would have put it back in the box. I mean, honestly, this is really the whole thing. It just boggles the mind. This is really as bad as early AI. Really, when it's horrendously bad. When you're like when it was create these grotesque figures of humans, you know, it's like humans, and you would be like, oh, you know, I hope never to have hands like that. Basically, this is the watch equivalent of that.
I'm having a good David rant for a while. It's great.
Oh my goodness,
look at it. It's terrible.
I like that kind of organic texture of the carbon. I think it looks interesting. Mm-hmm. It's not for everyone, but you know, when you've seen just like a polished steel case a bazillion times and you see this fun texture and stuff like that, it's intriguing. They did it across the dial. Look, it's a concept watch. That's what it is. And you know, it proves a point. Sure, it's not for everyone, but it definitely proves a point that...
What is the point?
That a 37 millimeter wide 70s case can still look good in lightweight carbon.
Okay.
The case looks good in isolation, but the whole thing put together is just...
an abomination. Anyway.
This summer, soar into the wild blue yonder with Marathon, the Canadian maker of professional use watches. The SS Nav D Blue Yonder is now available. It's the first blue dial stainless steel edition of the combat-proven Navigator, originally developed in 1986 for U.S. pilots at Kelly Air Force Base. Housed in a steel case with a Parkerized finishing, this Navigator houses a Swiss-made, high-accuracy quartz movement. It's mission-ready and built to high standards. Self-illuminating tritium gas tubes and the hands and hour markers provide constant, low-light readability. Rounding out the striking blue colorway are a blue bezel and matching blue Swiss-made FKM rubber strap. Limited to just 500 pieces and never to be produced again, get your Marathon Navigator Blue Yonder watch before it departs for good. Visit marathonwatch.com.
Good stuff. Right, we have a new section. We're going to try it here because Chives the Watch Butler's been in touch. Now, he doesn't know he's been in touch because it appears that the other, you know, well-heeled gentleman that he works for, he's accidentally done a send to all. So he's included podcasts at aBlogtoWatch.com in the email address and the link. You must have blind copied us in. So if anybody else would like to email the show, then it is obviously podcast at aBlogtoWatch.com. And yeah, he appears to be working for some high-heeled boating type somebody formerly of the fishing industry, I believe, some Titoni of the watch industry, and he writes them giving advice. So this is our Chives the Watch Butler section. Dear sir, I hope your sojourn on the yacht is going well. I have packed your Rolexes. This seems to be his commentary on the weekend watches that we're getting from Chives, wherever he's writing from. I've packed all your Rolexes, though obviously I'm afraid the Yachtmaster 2 has met with another unfortunate accident. I really am butterfingers. I've included sirs offshore, though I would remind you it's less waterproof than a Datejust, so please sir, do not get the offshore wet. I've identified several opportunities this week to enhance your collection. The Porsche design chronograph is a slightly different colour to sir's automobile, and I'm afraid the watch is limited, making a virtue out of necessity. And in addition, it comes in black DLC. So unless sir wants to LARP as a ninja, it's not one for you. It would make a great gift for a chauffeur or bodyguard, as it's less than $10,000. Elsewhere, he has put sir's name down for an A-Langen Zona new Zeitwerk date in pink gold, twin barrel remontoire, and less than 150 grand. I've taken the liberty of accepting on your behalf an invitation to drinks at Davy Street, only because Willie will actually attend. I'm assured the champagne will be properly chilled this time. The errors of last time will not be repeated, and I understand the man responsible was locked in the library with a bottle of an inadequately chilled hock and a revolver with a single bullet. Vacheron Constantin has released a limited edition Métiers d'Art dedicated to Aries. This watch features a goat on the dial, but it is a dog. Navy blue diamond bezel. A gentleman does not wear gem set watches. Listen out, David. No gem set watches for you. A tourbillon, the most useless of wristwatch complications. Clip art goat on the dial and a 430 logoed placement. Not numbered or limited, but of limited production. This watch is not vulgar, but simply not attractive. I must confess I'm puzzled. Obviously aimed at the Chinese market at a time when China is imploding. I've instructed your broker to sell all Foxconn and put that Atelier Wen on Chrono 30. Yours as ever, Chives, a gentleman's personal horological gentleman. So yes, Chives is now in correspondence and may from time to time give us his thoughts on the week past releases for our entertainment and delectation.
I'm sorry, who wrote that?
Not me. Honestly, it wasn't me. We were sent it in.
I'm not saying it was you. Was that the human?
I promise it wasn't me, and it wasn't AI. It was written in by Chives. Chives wrote
Not
it
a computer?
Honestly. Not a computer. Well, it came in on computer, but just because Chives made a mistake.
Alive?
Chives, number 5, Chives is alive. Okay, right.
I'm so confused.
Ariel is going to be running out of time shortly, I believe. Is that correct, sir?
I got a few more minutes for you.
Yeah, a few more minutes. Well, in that case, then you get to choose next week's What You Like. So I want 3 random things that myself, David, and Ripley have got to research for what it is and what watch we can compare it to. The topic is yours. Anything you like. Books, we'll even let you do cars. They have to be microbrand cars, like cars that are defunct or anything like that. So
children's cartoons
like that. So give us 3 children's cartoons that you know that we might not, cartoons or characters, and we'll go and find the watches that are like them. Go on, live.
I have to choose this?
You have to choose now. Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to choose a UK one just because it was on the television in my home earlier. Shaun the Sheep.
Shaun the Sheep.
Shaun the Sheep, always like a good one. Also, it's good for the farmer in you, you know?
Listen, it's ticked so many boxes already.
Okay, let me see one that we could probably easily associate a watch with Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget, yeah, the ultimate Inspector Gadget watch.
Mm-hmm. And let's get really weird.
Yes.
Let's get really, really weird.
Your best Japanese stuff that no one's ever heard of.
No. We're going just something that's going to be really weird.
Nickelodeon After Dark.
We'll do a South Park one when episode 2
I
comes
think there's been some South Park. I was gonna think of something really awkward like Care Bears, because that hasn't come back yet.
Care Bears.
And I just like talking about things that haven't come back yet.
Okay,
yeah.
Care Bears it is. So for next week, Sean the Sheep.
I hope you wrote
Inspector
this.
Gadget.
I've already forgotten the list.
I've written down Sean the Sheep, Inspector Gadget, and Care Bear. What watch you like next week for that? Okay, a very quick hit miss maybe to finish. We'll keep going until Ariel runs out of time. We're going to Mike's flyback episode, if I can find it. For this, here we are. Let's start at the top rather than at the bottom. So, welcome. I'm sure he's stolen that from somewhere. Anyway, in this article, Seiko Prospect Speed Timer Datsun 240Z Limited Edition. See, even the watch brands do the what car is it like?
How did it take Seiko so long to do this?
To do a Datsun.
Yeah.
From the 70s.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I quite like these. These are quite nice.
They're nice, but like, why now? Is Datsun coming back? I mean, like, what's going on?
The Datsun revival. I don't know. Is Datsun coming back? I don't know much about Datsun.
I've heard rumors. Like, wasn't it supposed to come back as like an electric car brand or something like that?
So who owned
my
Datsun?
goodness.
Was Datsun owned by Nissan? Or
Nissan.
Was it,
Yeah,
it was Nissan.
they still are as far as
Datsun
I mean,
became Nissan.
it says Nissan on the freaking car right there.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So why did Datsun disappear?
I don't think people like the name.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Datsun Sunny. Was that the Datsun of my youth?
That's
Anyway,
not sunny.
right. There's not much to say about these watches other than, well, you guess the price, but it's a price range from €1,000 to €3,500.
Which
Probably
was €3,500.
Well, I was going to say, probably, I was going to say, I'll bet you the
one on
more
the
interesting thing to do here is to guess which one it is. So let me see if the website will almost certainly be completely unnavigable.
Oh, of course. It will have the price, all the details, everything you want.
Let's
We know that about
let's
Seiko.
screen share the Seiko watch. Right, that's the Seiko website. How many goes does it take us to find the Datsun Limited Edition?
487.
What even is this? It's a prospect. So we'll go to
It
prospects. Come on, prospects, load. Right, Seiko
It's not going to be on there.
It's
for
not
sure.
gonna,
Nobody goes to work at Seiko.
Should we go to speed?
Especially not
No
in
way
the
you're
IT
going to find
department.
it.
It
There's
is
no
a
way.
speed
No way.
timer.
It's not on there for another couple of months when it's sold out. That's how it is.
Oh,
You know how I know this?
Right.
But I saw the prices in euros. I'm like, nope, not going to be on their website.
Yeah, okay,
Yep.
so it doesn't appear. Let's see if we go to search. And we just
These are
type
some of the
in-
words. I already wrote two grinding gears about watch websites, but I can sense a third one is
A third
coming. I mean,
one,
how is this even
search.
possible?
Datsun.
Zero.
Search.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, Seiko Prospect. Oh no! There is. You're wrong.
It's a
There are
news
two-
article, not as
There are
product
two
pictures.
articles.
Click on it. Click on the left one. Let's see.
What are we
Hold on,
looking
I'm
for?
going. I need
Price,
to.
and
I
the
need-
price of the respective watches.
I need to share the screen differently because it's coming up in different tabs.
You can do this.
We can do this. We can make this happen. Seiko Prospect has two brands renowned for their achievements in the same era. Hold on, I thought Datsun disappeared. No. This is an interview with
This is cool.
somebody.
This could be cool. The watches are not that great, but the collab is great.
Lots of men leaning over tables.
I want to collab with
Zero
Tamiya
information.
because I think one of the founder or the son of the founder of Tamiya, the Japanese model company, he just passed away.
Oh, Tammy. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so why not like a little watch model or like a big watch model?
A watch model.
Like I know you can make a
That would be
G-Shock out
cool.
of folded paper, right? But like, and I'm not saying I want like a Lego watch, but I think but I do.
Right.
But a Japanese watch model from Tamiya, that would be something.
This is the product page. Do we have any prices? There might be prices up there, but there's none down here.
I love how
I
they
can
made a
see.
watch that looks like a Fred Constant. That's awesome.
Right.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
see if it tells you
it's
on this.
basically their Healy model. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
They,
doesn't say Healy. It's
literally
just
appear
Datsun.
to be no
I like the
prices
case back.
on this.
Oh,
Available in
not yet.
September. Oh no, here.
Scroll down.
No.
No.
It just said no.
Oh.
You think it would be there,
but
but it's not.
But it's
I don't
not.
think.
and that's not even a Datsun one
That's
that
not
They
you
even
can't
the
make
right
it
watch.
easy for you.
But this is ridiculous.
This is worse. I cannot tell you how many times Seiko websites have driven me up the wall over the last 13 years. I hate them with such an enormous amount of passion. It's insane. How is this even? How can something like this be so secretive? Do they not want to sell this crap? I mean, they certainly do. Tell me the price. Tell me when I can buy it, and then just let me. How terrible is this website?
I like how many times they use the word case.
This is worse than our website.
Click on specifications.
I already have, and there's nothing there. So specifications. I've got to the one above.
Do they just have one car? I like how the Datsun had more than one car, but this is literally one car.
Specification. Let me just check them on the right. So this is the specification page for this one. Prospect. Okay. There doesn't appear to be any price on it either.
How does this design remind anybody of a Datsun?
So we're downline.
Download the user manual. You don't know if you want to buy it yet because you don't know the price, but there's the user manual just in case.
No
what a hideous watch.
Limited men's. There's no chat function. If there was a chat function, it'd be on it. Yeah. Oh, dear me. Right. Okay. Well, I mean, we can't. It does genuinely mean for the first time ever we're going to be able to play a unique game of guess the price of the Seiko because we actually know the range of which this watch is. So they're giving us a head start. So for next week's additional homework, gotta get these Seikos in the right order as to what price they are, and we will see what we can find. We'll see if Seiko can tell us in a week's time. You think? You think it's the cheapest one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right. So overall, then, is it a hit? Is it a hit, a miss, or a maybe? 1, 2, 3, go. Just purely for the rage that they're inducing in David, this is a hit all day long.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So yeah, this is a hit purely from how upset it's making David.
Why can't I find my maybe card? There it is. There we are.
Cool. Right.
Why
Great.
can't I find my maybe card?
Now, from that, we move on to this. While Ariel still has some time, we need to go back via Flyback. Flyback article is always a fun read. So we've done the Seiko. Now we move on to the Citizen Promaster Skyhawk. I really like this. I'm a big fan of Digiana. This is 795. Looks cool. Any thoughts, comments, feelings, emotions?
I mean, this feels like it should be the Datsun watch. I don't know why.
But it's got digital on it.
Maybe more like the 300 ZX or something like that.
Yeah. I'm just saying, this has like more car practicality. The other one's just like, I don't know. The other watches say like, I don't know what they say.
They just have a logo slapped on them.
They say, guess my price.
This is fine. I love how everyone's comment is like, finally, the watch I want to like because I can read it. Like people have wanted to like the Skyhawk for so many years, but not actually got one. Now they're that much closer to getting one.
You can tell the time on it. I do like this. It's Nico Drive. Yeah, this is a hit all day long. What is it for you,
MIP is great, but no Bluetooth yet. That's what holds me back.
But
Solar, yes.
Okay. Bluetooth,
you don't need that Bluetooth? I want that Bluetooth.
The thing is, it's Citizen, which means that unlike, like, you will actually be able to tell naturally as to what button does what, rather than a G-Shock, whereby even after owning one for years, I still can't remember what sequence of buttons I need to push to unset the alarm, which is why it still goes off at 3 o'clock every morning, and I now keep it in a drawer.
It's a challenge for all of us.
Rick, I have some unfortunate news for you.
All right, okay.
Whether you are a Casio Citizen or Seiko fan of the digital watch variant, you will be utterly confused by the operating system.
I've got a Citizen robot watch from the 1980s, still perfectly usable.
Oh, it's gotten a lot more complicated since then.
A lot more complicated.
Oh my!
Right. Hit, miss, maybe it's a hit. It's a hit. Yeah, it's a hit from David.
I have these random cards that have like numbers. It's a 3.
It's a 3. Mario, brilliant.
I don't know.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 3, I mean that's as high as it gets.
Okay, still never quite know how to pronounce this brand. David, you'll do a good job of this.
Venezianico.
Venezianico.
There it is.
Venezianico. Right, okay. So that's quite a nice looking watch. I think the watches they make do appear to be generally quite good looking. quite good price. They seem to have managed to get away from their, I don't know, slightly dubious. They just appear to, market bomb maybe 5 years ago. Everything, Instagram, Facebook, you just saw adverts for them everywhere, and it kind of made you. I felt like I would want to run away from them, but they seem to be producing some good stuff. What do we think of this TI Damascus limited edition?
I like them a lot. I worry, and I don't mean this in a way that makes them sound like they're as bad looking as Invicta, but what I worry is that they're going to get on the trend where they have a base model and they just make too many variations, and they just I think they should look at fellow Italian company Unimatic, who has done a lot of variations, but it feels like there's some type of rhyme or reason. Maybe not. I don't know. I just feel like Unimatic has been able to do variations to have it make sense. Venezianico, I like them, but at some point, don't you feel like they can make too many variations?
Right, I'm on the website.
They roll them out, so they make these one time at one time, and then you cannot really. Some of them you can never get again. So they're just a production.
Look, I like what they're doing. I like that they have this like kind of semi-generic underlying model, and they just swap out the dials and do different stuff, and it works, and they're satisfying. And I have a few of these, and I genuinely like them. They're good. Like, people should be excited about this brand like they are Christopher Ward. Like, why they get so excited with Christopher, I don't know. These watches actually tend to look nicer and are even less expensive in a lot of instances. These are very nice,
yeah. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting comparison.
I don't want them to go too far where they just like variation. Okay. It's just like pounding you with that. So I think they have a good thing. I worry that they might go too far too fast, but these are very satisfying.
So they have, I think they've got 4 or 5 model ranges, and this is this particular model range. The Neride, is it Neride? How do you pronounce that? Anyway, just to emphasize Aaron's point. So for those of you watching on YouTube, remember you can watch this show on YouTube, aBlogtoWatch Weekly Live, or the main aBlogtoWatch YouTube channel later in the week. This is the first line of this range, which has the one we're just talking about, the Damascus Steel, and 2 others. So line 1 has 3 watches. How many lines do you think are on this?
A lot.
Website. So that's 1 line 3 of the same. 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. We're up to 21 variations.
Through, so there's
21
about 40
variations. I can't count in the power of 3 that often. Yeah, there is a lot of these. We then get into the skeletonized ones, which interestingly are quite cheap, quite competitively priced. So 533. If you were into skeletonized, probably go. There are a lot of variations of this watch, but they're all actually quite nice. They're surprisingly nice. Yeah, well, I'm impressed.
You know what they figured out at this company? They figured out fashion. I mean, fashion watches are not a new thing, but I think that they have this primary rule. They're like, whatever we come out with, as trendy as it is, it also needs to look fashionable. And that one simple rule, I think, actually makes it very effective.
Okay, so
we see plenty of brands coming out with decidedly non-fashionable watches and trying to convince people it's ugly, but it's got a cool story, right?
Okay, hit, miss, maybe. It's a hit. It's a hit. It's 3 hits. Good stuff. Great. And then I also, on the article, let's deal with this. The Nodus Sentinel for Ammo NYC. My first question is, what is Ammo NYC? And does it sound like as
bullets
bad as
in New York or something?
Is it? That's what I'm curious. Founder of Ammo NYC. I'm scared to Google this.
It's a car detailing company.
Car detailing, right? Yeah. Okay.
That would be so self-explanatory.
Wanted something, obviously. 9 o'clock crown.
Why does it have an acrylic crystal?
I think so that it doesn't scratch the car when he's detailing.
That actually would make sense.
But he's got a crown. You're not more likely to catch your car with the crown. Big
but it's supposed to be the crown on the inside. So the whole point of this car is for car washers?
Yeah.
Right, okay. It's a car
all right. I guess that's another profession that needs a timepiece.
Yeah, I'm curious as to how...
That's fair. I would just buy a
plastic.
plastic G-Shock that is water resistant and does not scratch anything at all. But
you're working at the Ammo NYC, sir.
Yeah, it's a nice looking watch. A completely pointless collaboration, but it's actually quite a nice looking watch. $999.
Still don't understand the acrylic crystal. What you said makes sense, but like,
is acrylic
who's buying this? Who's like, oh my god, finally a watch to wear while washing other people's cars.
But also, if you're actually, this is the thing. So if you're right-handed, you presumably put your left hand on the bonnet while you wash with your right hand. So is that the thing, is to stop the buckle? So is it a plastic buckle? It doesn't actually say. I assume it must be some sort of plastic fastener or Velcro or something for the buckle. So
that's cool.
I kind of get it. Do I need
I
a
like
900?
the concept.
But it has a plastic bezel too.
Yeah.
Oh, is the bezel plastic? So it's just a plastic watch. So if I just
it just needs a diamond bezel on it.
Yeah, that's right. You can just a diamond somewhere that's recessed. Just risky enough, just to add some risk to the whole show. Right. Well, yeah. I like it. I'm prepared. I'm also prepared to give this a hit. If you are a car detailer, then this is the watch for you. What do you gents think?
It's okay. It's a maybe.
It's a maybe. Good stuff. Right. Well, I think we will call it quits for this week. There will be a fantasy football league this year for anyone that plays fantasy football. There'll be a aBlogtoWatch one. Last year, I'm not going to say who won it because his head's big enough as it is already. But,
is this when you get to paint up orange?
Paint up what?
Orange? You remember you said for football?
Yes. Well, yes, but it's actually not for the Scottish League. It's for the English League, which is a good league, whereas the Scottish football's basically rubbish. So yeah, if you play fantasy football and you would like, we'll publish the league.
Did you say fancy or fantasy?
Fantasy.
I heard fancy as well.
Fancy football. Anyone fancy football? I love fancy football. Fancy football. So get choosing your fancy football, and you can join the aBlogtoWatch League. Maybe we'll try and get a prize.
Why fantasize about it when you can do the real thing?
There's and on that question, because I'm old, and even the thought of trying to play football means I'll be in traction for a week. I'll not be able to walk up my own flight of stairs if I run around a five-a-side
There was a
pitch.
watch brand. Oh, I remember who it was. I don't want to embarrass them, but I was chatting with them recently, and they said they were off their feet for a number of months. They tore their Achilles heel, and I guess all they were trying to do was play football.
Yes.
I said, why were you not stretching? He's like, I don't know.
because we all think that we all still live with the dream that if a scout, even though we're in our 50s, came past and saw us play, they go, you know what? That's the guy.
Just warm up first and stretch a little. That's all I ask.
Stretching. So that's it. So that's our advice for this week: is stretch a little. So
thank you. And it all goes back to Fantastic Four.
Stretch. Well, there you go.
Fantastic Four football.
It's just this show has just been the perfect show. Everything has been interconnected with everything else. You could I don't know what more you could ask for. And you are listening to this. You don't even pay for this. You just get to listen to this and watch this. So,
you can pay for it if you want to. We're not opposed to it.
If you want to, yes, we can put some bank details out, and you can pay if you would like.
We can send Chives to you to collect.
Chives with these knuckle duster Chives will come and collect. We'll maybe hear from Chives next week on this week's.
These are ultra polite, well dressed, essentially bill collector.
Well,
that's what we're trading him for.
Did you ever watch Fraggle Rock? Does Fraggle Rock?
Absolutely. Was there a bill collector in there too?
No, but do you remember Uncle Traveling Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Watch Chives is our Uncle Traveling Matt of the watch world. He goes out into the world and he explores what new watches are there to be brought back to us on aBlogtoWatch weekly. I think that's what we're pitching.
It says AI written all over it.
Probably, but it's not. Probably. Do better next time so you don't look less like AI. No, it's genuinely not. So if you would like to ghostwrite for Chives the Watch Butler, you're more than welcome to send in your own journal of Chives. There we go. Right, that's it for the show this week. Thank you for tuning in. You can tune in a bit longer if you wish to hear some more of this raffle. Other than that, thank you all for listening. See you all soon. Bye-bye.
See you next week. Bye-bye.